What's going on, guys? Welcome. It's Tuesday, so that could mean only one thing. That's right, folks. It's TransWorld Live. Welcome to the show. We are so glad you are here, of course, on this beautiful April Fool's Day. Tim's Insanity, you get the first. Today on this very special occasion here. Sean, Nadine, guys, what's going on? We can't do this without you. We love when you guys are with us. We can't do this show alone, but we love when you're watching, but we love you even more when you log in and you comment on the chat, like Zach just did, like Rob just did. Guys, welcome to the show. We're glad you're here. Let us know where you're from. It is April Fool's Day. I've seen some fun little gags out there on the interwebs. Anything that you guys have seen that caught your eye? I think that Froggy's Fog one was kind of fun. I think our good friend Tater had one too. But if you got one that really made you laugh, put it out there. What's up, Jennifer Luke? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Well, as we get kicked off here, we have some birthdays from the TransWorld Live family that we need to call out. Of course, tomorrow, the 2nd, Tom Betgeorge. Happy birthday to him. On the 3rd, Nick Markoff and George Mosca. Happy birthday to both of them. On Friday, the 4th, Patrick Warner and Bones Belafonte. Happy birthday to both of them. On the 5th, on Saturday, Vasil McNeil, Brian Foreman, and Jerry Herschel. Happy birthday to them. On the 6th, that's Sunday, Sonia Alley. And rounding it up, Monday on the 7th, Arthur Gilbert and Nicole Ginsburg. So happy birthday to all of them. Please wish them well. Guys, good to see you here. Bruce J. from Manuka. Nice to see you there. Holly, what's going on? Brandon, what's going on? Now they're starting to come in. Katie, good to see you. Hi, guys. Hello. Minor, we can't do a show without Minor. Minor, also great. Love it. This Starbucks post that you posted. Agreed. Where do these people come up with it? We got to get Katie Lane in the mix on that too. So Katie, your birthday is coming up as well. So happy birthday from all of us here at TransWorld Live. We appreciate you. Of course, we are on the road to East Coast Haunters Convention and the East Coast Christmas Show. Super excited. Tim Rash, what's going on? Hope you had a good birthday as well. Guys, I'm going to scare you. Even if you're on the Christmas side, this is a scary thought as we are all dying with anticipation. 23 days until April 24th. I can't believe it. Holy cow. This is going to be crazy. Couple of quick reminders as we get into stuff. The hotel cutoff. So if you've got your tickets, we hope you've got your tickets, but the hotel cutoff for our room blocks, which are going to save you money and get you in on our group discount, those cut off this Friday, April 4th. So do yourself a favor, make sure that you have those locked down and save yourself a few bucks. Speaking of saving a few bucks, the early bird discounts for everything expire on April 10th. Jen wanted me to make sure that I mentioned that specifically because we want you to be a part of everything. We want you to go to the tours. We want you to be a part of the seminars and anything to make your East Coast experience truly, absolutely epic. But we also want to save you some money too. So April 10th, make sure Robert's showing everything on the screen, the places that you can go to get your tickets, East Coast HauntersConvention.com or EastCoastChristmasShow.com. Go check them both out. They'll always have breaking news. Of course, you can keep it locked in here at TransWorld Live for all the last minute breaking news, including the exhibitor list, which is being updated all the time. That is on both websites. Robert's picking it right now. So you can go find out where all of your favorite friends are going to be on the show floor. And speaking of showing you the show floor, big reveal. Rich has finalized that floor layout. And folks, this is the first look that you're getting here. Take a look. Robert's got it on the screen here if you're able to watch this with us. You remember that layout from last year. This is bigger. This is crazier. We've got the Christmas show right adjoining to the Halloween and Haunter show. And then we got that brand new pit logo. How awesome is that? We are going to have some fun. Holy cow, go check that out. Robert's going to post the link so you guys can check that out. But EastCoastHauntersConvention.com and EastCoastChristmasShow.com. Well, as the kids say, we've got a banger tonight. We've got a real awesome lineup. I was just talking to Jen and Rich right before the show, and they're super excited. I know they're watching just like all of us because we've got some big heavy hitters tonight. So let's get us kicked off. We are super excited for our first guests that are joining us right here at TransWorld Live and going to be making a huge impact at this year's East Coast Haunters Show. So help me in welcoming Mr. Brewer Lister, the Managing Director of Special Events, Entertainment, and Guest Experiences, as well as Chris Brown, the Director of Planning and Design for Hersheypark. Guys, what's up?
Hey, fantastic. Thanks, Chris. Well, we're excited to be here. We're thrilled to be on. We're punching above our weight on this show. Trust us.
Oh my gosh, it's fun. It's giddy. Like every time when we get up on a show day and you look at those guests and you're just like, oh my God, yes, we have Hersheypark today. Super excited. Guys, what's up from all things Hershey?
Well, we're opening this weekend. So what's up is we're a lot of last minute preparations to get the park ready for guests. We would have rather been 75 and sunny like it was last weekend, but we're getting by and we're getting a lot of things done and we're excited to welcome folks back. So we're busy, I guess, is what's up.
I love that. I love that. Like, it's fun because you guys are a fully themed theme park here with lots of rides, lots of fun stuff to do. But let's start at the beginning, if you don't mind. Rumor has it that you guys have been operating since 1906.
That's right. Yeah, 1906. Mr. Hershey opened the park. It was free. It was a leisure ground for his employees, and it stayed that way until 1972. And then it was gated as a one-price admission in 1972, which was fantastic. And from 1972 to really to 2020, the front gate and the front experience of the park largely remained unchanged.
Okay.
The big sort of stepping off point for Halloween was in 1998. We started Hersheypark in the Dark, which was a very playful way to get folks to come in the fall for 3 weekends, dress up, do a little trick-or-treating, get a little bit of candy, see some of our animals in Zoo America after dark. In 2004, some folks on tonight's stream may remember a 1-year test in the thrill experience. We had Haunted Harvest. It was an Oak Island production for 1 year at the park. It was terrifying, bloody, wildly successful, and a little bit off-brand for us. We weren't quite ready in 2004. So that sort of took a back seat, and we were back to the sort of tame, playful Hersheypark in the Dark until 2022 when we started Dark Nights. And a lot of that got started in this conference room with Brewer and I, and Brewer can kind of walk you through sort of how we brought this experience to the park and what we're doing.
Absolutely. So I think, for us, and kudos to everyone who's, maybe friends of our monsters are watching.
You're getting lots of love.
As well as anyone in the industry, because I think one of the things we really appreciate about this industry is how much everyone learns from one another, right? So we were relatively new. We're like Chris said, we're still punching above our weight. We're learning a lot from everybody. And it's just been a fantastic experience to go around and see such wonderful experiences across the country and then try to figure out how we could best do it with our brand as well as with our audience. So, thinking about our target who is families, but then also bringing in an incremental audience that was looking for this type of thrill. Combine that with our coaster thrill and deliver on an amazing experience. It's been a fantastic journey so far. And a lot of it has come with us looking at how we could bring this to life and then doing it with some really great partners. Again, so we have some partners that work us on the development of the attractions and the houses to those who help bring it to life. And we've been very fortunate to just have some wonderful folks in the industry to work alongside us and make this such a wonderful an event for families as well as young adults and everyone in between. So it's been really a fantastic journey.
Yeah, and Chris, I would say for us, it really did. It started in this room back in 2020. Honestly, we interviewed a bunch of partners to help us sort of create Dark Nights in 2020. This conference room in 21, we started to do sort of tours and visits. And our first TransWorld show was actually 2022. We did the pre-show tour. We actually got to see Hell's Gate in Chicago. And I will tell you, for Brewer and I, neither one of us were big Halloween people. I'm still scared a lot in these things, an awful lot. But I will tell you, the sense of community that's built, it is I don't even know how to put it into words. It is the coolest group of human beings collectively scaring the bejesus out of each other. I mean, it truly is one of the most interesting things that we've got to do. We design and build beautiful roller coasters and fast coasters and new rides in the park, and it's all cool and it's all fun. But being involved with the Halloween experience with the group that you guys represent, the TransWorld community, this kind of entire haunters community, I laughed in the first meeting. Someone said, "Oh, when you guys build your haunt," and I said, "Oh, stop calling it the haunt. No one calls it that." Oh gosh, I was wrong. I mean, it's such a community, and so we're thrilled to have this opportunity to even talk about you guys coming to Hersheypark. We're thrilled to have East Coast coming up this way. The first year we went, I remember going to Hell's Gate, pulling in. There was a mountain of Dunkin' Donuts that Don had set up for us. And we looked over, and the second car in the parking lot after Brewer and I, because we wanted to be early, was Jim and the team from Field of Screams. We thought, oh boy, we're in it now.
Right.
They brought a trailer. We didn't bring it in.
We knew what we were doing.
Yeah, so we're still learning. We're newbies, but we're loving it, and we love all the people that are chiming in on the public comments. The actors, the people that have been part of bringing it to life has been fantastic. And so thanks, Eileen, and thanks, Scarlett, for checking in, and Wizard. And we appreciate it. We love it.
It is. The love is just outpouring. You have some customers in there as well as a ton of cast and crew. And you're so right. Perfectly encapsulated. Like, our community it's family. It's that haunt family, and they just take care of each other, and they love each other, and they want every single show to rise up. So super excited. So can we talk about what you guys have going now during your regular season, in addition to all of these mega coasters and rides and all kinds of fun stuff, which we'll come back to in a second. But Dark Nights has like 6 different haunted attractions and 3 different scare zones, right?
So 5 haunted houses. We have sort of a friendly, I would call not really a scare zone. It's called Avenue of the Afterlife. It's kind of a wild area. But yeah, 5 houses, 3 scare zones. And we're cooking up a few interesting things that we're excited to talk about later, but we won't share too much tonight. But yeah, 5 houses. And the interesting thing, Chris, from our perspective, is you talked about the history. 1906, when the park was started. Yeah, we have a lot of fun history here. So as a lot of our super fans, I saw Brandon's on here, and Brandon's done a great job of picking up some of these stories. But the only thing we thought that we could maybe differentiate here at Hersheypark was trying to tie our stories to things that were part of the Hershey history. So Andy Mortem's Abattoir, which is one of our favorite houses, and some of the folks on East Coast will get to see a lights on, sort of walk through that house when they're here later this month. That's drawn from Mr. Hershey's local sort of folklore. I mean, he owned and operated an abattoir in downtown Hershey well into the 1970s. You could actually buy Hersheypark brand hot dogs that were processed in the abattoir. Yeah. It's an amazing building. It's right downtown. When you visit us in Hershey, it's right behind First Watch. It's a great old limestone building. It's like that butcher shop is part of the fabric of history. There are underground tunnels that feed steam to and from the factory. That was some of the inspiration for the descent. One of the original zones in the park was to be a mine town area, which is not too creative. A lot of people had mine towns. Sure. So Haunted Coal Mines really sort of an homage to Coal Cracker and some of the coal mining heritage of our region. So we really tried to tie those houses back to some authentic Mr. Hershey stories in a way that felt appropriate and not too detrimental to the brand. And we felt like we struck a good balance with that. And I think that's part of being, a haunt in Hersheypark. It allows us to do some of those different things.
I think it's brilliant.
I think one of the things, too, that while we were touring across the country, we did come across West Coast sliding, right? So we found that to be pretty awesome and exciting, especially out at Knott's. They do a great job out there with their sliders. And so when we were thinking about the event, we said, we just hadn't seen something like that on the East Coast. Can we bring it here? And we were partnering with RWS at the time, and we were fortunate to find a couple of people willing to come onto the East Coast, and that was Fryboy and Gascan. And since then, that crew has grown to 6 people, and it's been an exciting journey. And they really, one of the best things about it is I've seen now just, families and kids and families start to emulate some of these performers and actors and come dressed like them. And they're becoming icons and characters within themselves. And it's been just an amazing thing to see come to life.
It is a fun transition. You do see that with a lot of haunted attractions, and I'm glad it's happening for you guys as well, where those fans really latch on, they connect. And instead of, because you can't scare everybody all the time, but they can entertain. And these people, like, they get excited. They bring stuffed animals and, like you said, don the same apparel and want their autographs and pictures, and you end up on Christmas cards.
Absolutely. Yeah. I tell you, some of the letters that we get and some of the responses from some of the guests in terms of just the number of times they come out just to see the performers and the people that they group together, and they stay, long throughout the night, just wanting to have that opportunity and be around it. And what's great is you just see how the actors feed off of it, and they really just enjoy the experience.
Love this. Love this. Now, we do have a question from the audience, and you don't have to give exact numbers, but about how many cast and crew specifically for Dark Nights does it take to run the houses during your normal season?
Well, you're talking actors, you're talking crew, backstage crew. What do you?
Actors and backstage just for the haunt, so not ride operators or games or anything like that.
Approximately about 200 people when we're.
Gosh.
It's a pretty
awesome
investment. So, when we talk about having over 150 monsters in and around the area, it takes a village, and an awesome village of monsters. And they provide a lot of that energy that the guests are looking for. But then you combine that with the attractions, right? Combine that with the food. You combine that with the awesome, memory keepers that they can enjoy. And it just becomes an energy-filled night that you just watch, and you're watching people kind of scream, laugh, and just having a great time out. And that's the thing that's, for me, watching that energy produced each and every night is just awesome. Awesome.
I couldn't agree with you more. And we love that energy, feeding off of that and seeing your actors give that experience, those memories that those guests and those patrons are going to take home and have a lifetime of because of your people. So now,
yeah. And to Chris's point, it's the settings. By putting them in the right settings and giving them that opportunity where people feel like they venture into spaces they just are not familiar and something that is unknown. You just take them into a different world, and it's just on from one environment to the next and the next environment. It's just, you come out of it going, what the heck just happened? Where did I end up, and how did I get here? And those types of things. Anyone who might be 9 to 19 to 29 to 89, they're all having a great time together, which is awesome.
I love this. I love this. Well, we did have a comment from the chat that maybe about 200 people may be shy because Scarlett says, hey, you're not counting in her multiple personalities.
Fair. That's true. That's
Now, what's awesome for all of us, because anybody that's working in the Halloween and the haunted attraction world doesn't always get a chance to come hang out with you guys during the season. And that's what's awesome about East Coast Haunters Convention. You guys are doing something pretty special for us, and going to open up at least a small portion of the show to hang out with all of these cool people that are coming to town on Friday of East Coast Haunters Convention.
Yeah, it's going to be a great time. I mean, we have a great opportunity where you're going to get some exclusive ride time on a few of our world-class attractions. And then that's going to be followed up with an opportunity with a lights on tour of one of our haunted houses, as well as a great meal to enjoy. And then, really to cap off the night, we got one of our amazing haunted houses open, full live actors included. So it's going to be a great time.
I love this. Okay, can we real quick just kind of dive in, because I know that most of us in the haunted attraction world love to, have a little bit of daredevil in them and maybe go on a few rides. So let's touch on that first thing that you said. Yes, thanks to you guys and the partnership with Jen and Rich and all of us here at TransWorld, there's going to be, I think, 4 different rides where just attendees from East Coast Haunters Convention and, of course, East Coast Christmas Show can get exclusive time, including the Laugh Track Coaster, the Jolly Rancher Remix, the Fahrenheit, and I think your brand new or newest coaster, Wildcats Revenge.
That is correct. Yes.
Oh, listen, for some of those out there with the comments that think I'm going to spill the tea if you ride Wildcats Revenge with me, that may happen. So
Awesome.
Keep your eyes out. Wildcats Revenge is fantastic. I mean, for the coaches that are out there, it really is. It is quite something. But yeah, certainly Fahrenheit's great. If you're worried about going vertical, Chris, that's not your coaster. But we're thrilled to have this community get to sort of run around the park and have it sort of to themselves for a little while, and then spend some time with us in and around the haunted houses.
Yes.
We're proud as can be of what we've accomplished here, and it is built on the shoulders of everybody that's come before us, and we make no bones about it. We looked at everything out there, and we sort of brought back our greatest hits list from all the different haunts that we visited. And so if you're here on East Coast and you're touring, you say, boy, that looks like something from somewhere else. It probably is. We borrowed, because we realized that there are some great heavy hitters out there. So we're thrilled to sort of pay tribute to our inspiration. We'll love to talk about where we drew that inspiration when you all are here. So.
I also think that something unique and maybe a little bit of a backstory when it comes to our houses. Time changes, right? So what we like to do is say it's been a year. What's different? What's changed? And so anyone who's been coming for the last couple of years will have seen like things have changed. Maybe the way you're interacting with the house is altogether different. Maybe there's been rooms added and different things. And so the story evolves. And that's the thing. There's more chapters to uncover and unearth and understand. And so that's been really something that we really feel is valued by our guests and something they've come to expect, and we want to deliver it for them.
Oh my gosh. People are jazzed because not only what's awesome is you guys are a huge theme park. I mean, the biggest park in all of Pennsylvania, but you guys are opening just for us. Like we get this exclusive playground for anybody that's coming to East Coast Haunters Convention that wants to buy a ticket and be a part of this. Katie Lane, we're looking directly at you, our roller coaster extraordinaire herself. But this is awesome. So we got coasters, we got a buffet, we got a backstage tour, and then a fully featured haunt with lights off, full show, full actors. What more could we want?
We can make it an all-you-can-eat buffet, so enjoy that.
There we go. Breaking news.
And a pretty fun parting gift that Brewer's got cooked up for you. So we're excited about that.
Maybe that will spill beans. We'll see. Okay.
I did hear rumors about a keepsake or a souvenir that we're going to get to go home with. Can you give us a hint, maybe?
I don't know. It's
okay.
I'm a little pressure here.
That's okay. That's
pressure. Yeah. How would I gauge that?
I don't know.
I'll tell you. All right.
Well, we do have another question from the audience. As haunters love to hang out, they love adrenaline, they love to party, but they do love a beverage at times. Will there be bars open during our exclusive tours?
Yes.
Oh, there we go. All right, Derek. See, we're covered. Love it. Guys, this is incredible. Okay, so let's talk through this real quick. All the itinerary is online, East Coast Haunters Convention.com. We're going to leave the hotels about 1:15. We're going to get to the park about 3:15. We're going to hang out and have an hour and a half of those exclusive rides. We're going to get an all-you-can-eat buffet. Thank you for that breaking news. That's awesome. We're going to go the backstage tour, and then we got a fully featured haunted attraction. We're going to get to hang out right at Dark Nights now in April. Thanks to you guys. This is awesome. And we'll have you back in your bed, hopefully by midnight. But there's all kinds of fun stuff. Now let's talk about the ways you can get there. You could drive yourself. Of course, you're going to save some money there, have a little bit of freedom. But if you want to kick back and let us do the work, we've got fully featured buses that are going. Rumor has it is that Tater will be captaining that bus number 2. That's a rumor. We don't know. But you can bring all the beverages you want, hang out with your friends, and let us do the work on the bus. But regardless of either way that you go, make sure that you do it before April 10th. Make your choice by April 10th to save yourself some money. Now, guys, can we talk about the pit and about Hershey and about all your actors that are going to be on the floor during, or at least some of them, not all of them, sure, of course, you guys are going to be a part of the trade show floor on Saturday and Sunday?
Yeah, we're excited to be back again. We think it's an awesome convention. We had a great time last year. Looking forward to just seeing everyone and just continue with the success we're seeing in the East Coast. I think, I think everyone was genuinely surprised by the results last year, and I'm glad to just see this continue to grow. And with the addition of Christmas as well, this is great. This is great for our industry. This is great for the East Coast. It's great for a number of haunted attractions for people to come see them, because there are so many great experiences here to enjoy. In fact, I think last year we were seeing people come as far as Texas coming around and seeing the East Coast. So we want to continue to see popularity grow for haunt as well as Christmas. And we think that this event is really helping us put us on the map. So thank you for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you guys for being a part of it. It's so special. I know you guys are going to be there at booth 736, which is right by the stage. So you guys can come hang out. We're going to have a whole lot of fun. You guys can check them out. Of course, start your planning now. Hersheypark.com, Hersheypark.com/things-to-do/Dark Nights. Robert's going to post those links. Guys, I only have like one more question. Are you excited for East Coast Haunters Convention?
Hell yeah.
We love it. We love it. Well, we love you guys. Thank you so much for taking time out to do this. And thanks for everything you've done with Jen and Rich and the entire team here at TransWorld. We can't wait to party with you in just about 24 days. So
we're looking forward to it. We're going to love it. Chris, thanks so much for hosting. This was wonderful. With all the comments, we really appreciate it. And a few of our connoisseurs on that page. We love you guys. Can't wait to see you here on the 25th.
Awesome. Love it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Awesome.
Holy cow, guys. Great job bringing the comments. It's Hersheypark. Oh, my gosh. They did tell me, we didn't get a chance to get into it because I know we were running late on time there. Their favorite bar is a whatchamacallit. What's your favorite Hershey bar? What? Put that in the comments. We want to know. All right, we've got more fun stuff. We are just getting started today. We've got another heavy hitter here with us. We're super excited to have both Bill Porter and Pat Delaney, and we're going to be talking all things xLights. Guys, what's going on?
Evening, Chris.
Hey, Chris. How are you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Okay, so rumor has it, and I Zoom and the teleconferencing doesn't show it. I'm pretty much like translucent here, but I heard maybe one or both of you got some color in Florida this weekend. How was that?
Well, I live in Florida, so it's still a 6-hour drive for me, but I'm used to it. Pat came down a little further.
Yeah, I came in from Madison, Wisconsin, so I got a little bit of sun, but it was a busy weekend.
Love it. Love it. I love that you're supporting the Badger red and white. That's Cardinal and white. I'm sorry. That's
Badgers.
Well, guys, first, okay, this is wild because we have two incredibly awesome educators with us today. And normally we are talking about a specific product. We are talking about software today. Really exciting and a little bit different for us. So I'd love to give both of you an opportunity to just tell us a little bit about your background and about yourself. Bill, would you mind going first? And I'll say it right off the top. Thank you for your service.
Well, I'm actually not enlisted in the Navy, but I am a civil servant electrical engineer that works for the Navy.
Okay.
So I may end up being on the same ships as them, but if I don't go, I get fired. It's a little different than if I don't go, I get ejected.
Fair. It's still serving.
But yes, I'm an electrical engineer for the U.S. Navy. But I've been doing pixel light shows at my house for 10 years now. And I actually started getting started in the computer-controlled lighting community back in 2012 because we used it for our wedding. My wife and I are both electrical engineers, so it was part of our wedding to sort of have light shows in it.
Love it. Love it. Thank you, sir. And Pat, tell us about yourself.
Sure. I got started in the hobby around 2011. I think a lot of us that did get started saw that one video on YouTube, the Siberian or Trans-Siberian Orchestra video, and that got me hooked. And then I started hanging out with the developers for one of the products and got to know them. And now I'm on the development team for FPP, which is one of the products that we're going to be showing or teaching at TransWorld.
I love this. All right, can we start? We love to start at the beginning and tell people the basics. And what's great is we have a lot of haunters that come and an increasingly larger Christmas audience as well. So we're super excited about that. But for anybody that doesn't know, what are we talking about? What is xLights?
So we're talking about a actually free and open source piece of software that lets you choreograph or sequence shows to music and control lights. And I want to be clear here before we lose the interest of too many haunters. we both have Pat and I both have very robust Halloween light shows as much as we have Christmas light shows. So the
Okay.
software is very much not a Christmas thing. It's a easy and open source and free way to use software to sequence anything. So I have the big 12-foot skeleton. He's part of my light show, and he dances thanks to some lights I added to him. Pat, I think you do something. What kind of stuff do you do for Halloween with your light show?
I've got, what do I have? I have all sorts of stuff, tombstones, some animated props that, we can control with xLights and FPP.
So let's be clear, this is not a Christmas only thing, as you can kind of see with our shared choreo prop behind us here. This is a Halloween and Christmas light show software that allows you to create really cool shows or displays that are animated and sequenced to music. I think one of my favorite memories when I got started with this is how many trick-or-treaters I had dancing to Thriller in the middle of my street.
Yes. I love this. I know our good friends from Boscoyo, and I'm just picking on one. They use xLights for all of that cool dance floor and for their wormhole, and you hit it right on the mark. Like, this is not just for a Christmas yard display. Haunters of both commercial, home haunters, anywhere where you want to make something dance and match it up to music and make an awesome presentation, you can do that with xLights, and it's free.
Right. We usually start our class by telling the students, hey, the best part of this is you don't have to spend $1 and get very far into it to decide if this is for you. We already see some interesting questions coming in about whether or not it's DMX compatible. The answer is yes, and the answer is if you want to know more about it, this is the class for you to come to. We basically are going to hold your hand from start to finish. You don't have to know anything off the bat, but when you leave, you will know all the right terms, all the right technologies, all the things that you know how to then continue your self-education. Go home and play a bit. You'll know what to search for, what the terms in the community are used, the different types of products that you can get to help support it, and etc.
Love this. Okay, I'm glad that. So let's start right there. So we are having a class. It's an xLights workshop. So it's going to be hands-on, and it's going to be part of Friday and part of Saturday. And like you just mentioned, it is for beginners. You can learn everything that you need to know. No prerequisite needed on this, right?
That's correct.
Very nice. Now, should people come with a laptop, so that they can dabble and program and move along with you?
Yeah, exactly. This is meant to be a hands-on experience. So we expect the students to have a laptop. We recommend it's one that's a bit more on the powerful side if they have it. Good gaming laptop is usually a good key. The one thing we do like to tell students ahead of time is don't run out and buy a Mac if you don't know Mac. Don't run out and buy a PC if you don't know PC. It's available for both platforms. Use the platform you're comfortable with.
Oh, that was a great follow-up question because we just had that. Do you have to do PC or Mac? And obviously you can do either. Do you need an actual PC, or can you do this from a tablet like an iPad?
No, it's not supported on an iPad right now.
Okay, no, good. Just so people are prepared, we want to make sure that they have everything.
One of the other products we will talk about is called FPP, which is the software that you'll use to play back your show in real time.
Okay.
And you'll be able to control that using a tablet, but that's just sort of in-stride control, not so much the actual choreography or sequencing creation of the show.
Love this. Okay. Love this. Now, we already are getting some questions. So here's the best part. And Jenny just put this in the chat that we are so happy to have this xLights class. We also don't want anyone to miss out on anything. So the class, we said it's going to be part of Friday and part of Saturday during the East Coast Christmas show and East Coast Haunters Convention. The class on Friday, you're going to have to wake up a little bit. It's 8 to 1, but you still have a chance then to let go and get on the bus and go to Hersheypark and go see Field of Screams and have some fun. And then on Saturday, it's from 2 to 5. Can we give anybody an expectation of kind of what those hours will look like? Obviously, there'll be a little bit of talking, a little bit of explanation. How much will be hands-on? How much will they be able to fiddle with themselves and see some results right away?
Well, it's the first day on Friday. It's a brain melter. It's going to be a lot of theory, and it's going to be a lot of hands-on software.
Nice.
It'll be good. We get a nice break after that, and we go to Hersheypark and sort of unwind from that. And then on Saturday is going to be the hands-on hardware day, where you're actually going to build your first choreo prop, push pixels into it, and hook it to a controller and see it light up.
That's awesome. Love this. That's why it's a workshop.
You sort of called them out a second ago. I'm going to call them out again because I see a comment from Shannon right now.
Yeah.
But the Coro prop will be coming from Boscoyo Studio. They're gracious enough to donate the Coro for this class.
Excellent. Like we were dancing. We love those guys at Boscoyo. Oh my gosh, this is awesome. Okay, so the best part is for those that are staying at the Hilton, the class is going to be right there on the first floor at the Hilton Garden Inn, right across the street from the convention center, so you don't have to go far. But for any of the area hotels, it's obviously very, very adjacent to the convention center, so it's very easy to get to. If somebody's on the fence and saying, hey, I don't know if I want to learn more about xLights, what could you guys say to say, hey, this is your opportunity? I've never seen a class like this offered at any of our TransWorld shows, so we're super excited that you guys are willing to do this, but why should people take the leap right now at East Coast Honors?
Well, like I said, the software is free and open source, so there's no investment required to try something you're not sure you're going to continue with or not.
Right.
And I guarantee you, if you take the class, you'll learn something. Maybe there'll be enabling technology. Maybe you'll learn about some vendors that you hadn't heard about before. But even if you don't continue with xLights, you at least have understood the approach to a light show like this, how it works, and what sort of things we need to look out to be able to do something like that.
And one of the other things that's really important too is that you meet other folks that are in the same hobby and have the same interests as you, and it's a great way to build a community, right? So if you can't get a hold of Bill or you can't get a hold of me, but you met somebody else that was interested in the hobby at that class, now you've built connections and you can reach out and ask them for help as well.
Couldn't agree more. We had the opportunity to be at a Christmas mini in Nashville a couple weekends ago, and you called it out. That's exactly it. Like, just like haunters help haunters, Christmas decorators and do-it-yourself and enthusiasts about the holidays are the exact same way. They may just not dress in black shirts, but they're passionate and they want to learn more. And you saw neighbors going, hey, how did you do that? I want to figure out how to do that. And now, even if you're brand new, this is a 101 course that's going to have you leaving with your bachelor's degree.
Right. And I do want to say, I don't want anyone to be scared by this, especially if they heard that I was an engineer. I've been in silly STEM programs. I've been on stage doing a Bill Science show before and getting zapped with Tesla coils. But what's awesome about our class, the reason why you have both me and Pat here, is I'm at the front of the class and Pat's at the back of the class. And it's for a very important reason. Pat keeps an eye on everyone's progress in xLights. And when he sees someone struggling, once someone falls behind in a class like that, the rest of the class is useless to them if they can't catch back up.
Smart.
So the reason we have two of us is Pat stays to the back and comes behind your shoulder and taps you and says, where are you stuck? Let me help you redo that thing Bill just talked about. And that way no one falls behind.
Love this. That's genius. See, these are vets here. You guys have been doing this for a long time. Like, that's wonderful. It's a safe place to learn and to fail, because we learn from someone very smart told me, fail forward. And as you make mistakes, you're now in a great place where you have two experts that are going to be able to guide you forward. And you're going to go home with this wealth of knowledge and a renewed passion to decorate all things and animate them.
That's right. And it doesn't have to be Christmas. It can be Halloween.
Exactly. Well, this is great, guys. Obviously, you can sign up on the websites, eastcoastchristmasshow.com, but you can also do that at eastcoasthonorsconvention.com, because you said it's for both holidays. We appreciate you both doing this. And again, on behalf of Jenny and Rich and everybody at TransWorld, thanks for taking time out to do this. But we're not done yet. Bill, you're teaching on Sunday too in an additional seminar that's separate from the workshop, talking about intelligent illumination and dabbling in some AI. Tell us about this class.
Sure. And I can probably best tell it by giving a bit of context in my story that kind of sort of got me to the point where I am with that sort of technology. I'm from Florida, and except for last January, where we had a 100-year record 4 inches of snow in my part of Florida, we usually have no snow.
Right.
And, I saw some machines from Global Special Effects a couple years, some artificial snow machines, and I put them in my Christmas show, and they were a huge hit. If you imagine, I don't use them very often, but when, Let It Snow comes on and suddenly it actually starts snowing, you see all the doors flying open and all the kids coming out to run in snow like they've never seen before. I learned very quickly that fluid's expensive. You use it pretty quickly, and the price adds up pretty quickly.
Sure.
And what really hurt is looking out and seeing my show running sometimes and seeing no people there to enjoy the snow, and just watching that money literally rain down onto my grass and not be enjoyed by anyone. So basically what I did is I set out on some geeky technology adventures and created a system that prevents the snow from being wasted. It uses AI and security cameras to actually watch the audience of my show, and if no cars or people are detected, it prevents the snow machines from running. So now I've saved hundreds of dollars by creating this home automation system to prevent my snow from running when no one's there. So my class is going to cover how I did it. We're going to talk about some again, free and open source home automation tools that I use to link together the snow machines and my xLights and FPP programs. I talk about how I have speakers that only turn on when people are detected, so that way my neighbors don't get driven crazy. And it works so well that basically, you don't hear a thing with the light show running, but once the door opens and someone walks out, suddenly the speakers come on so they can continue enjoying the show. So that class is going to be it's going to be a live demonstration of some of the home automation and AI linking technologies that allowed me to do that in my light show to keep my costs down, basically.
That's brilliant. And that's appropriate too for obviously anybody that's decorating for Christmas, but also for haunters and for Halloween, for home haunters and enthusiasts that do it themselves. Nobody wants to waste money on electricity or annoy their neighbors with a show that's just, on a loop.
Yeah. I see some questions asking about the name of the class again. You have to forgive me. I don't quite remember what we called it this time.
We've got it covered here. So it's Intelligent Illumination, Harnessing AI and Home Automation for a Smarter, Cost-Effective Holiday Display. And that's on Sunday from 10 to 11. Right now, pre-show, it's $35 and then $45 if you wait till on site. So we definitely want to make sure that you do that. Robert's going to put the link into the chat. Now, guys, we do have a couple more questions. You have time for a few?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Elgin Clock had one that was pretty fun. Is there any way to add a scrolling font panel or something similar to make a closed caption type of a show?
Pat, you want to take it?
Sure. FPP, one of the tools that we're going to be showing during the class, is capable of doing that. If you're talking about real-time captioning, I'm not sure we can do real-time captioning, but we can send scrolling text throughout the show. There's even plugins to do text to the window, so people can come up to your show and text their names up to the screen.
We've seen people use these shows to propose to their significant others, and so the answer is we can definitely support jumbotron pieces that make LED screens that you can scroll text on. Absolutely.
That's awesome. Good question. Very good question, Elgin. Nice. Can commercial haunted attractions use xLights, or is there any licensing fee? Or how does the free sense of it work? Is it free for non-commercial use?
I believe the license it can be used commercially, but there is a request or just an unspoken rule that if you do benefit from using it commercially, there is a donation to xLights, and that donation system goes back to all the developers that spend time on it. So there's basically an honor system. Okay. We know it's used by many commercial venues, many big commercial drive-throughs, and it's just sort of reward the guys that allowed you to create such an awesome program. We're not going to force you to license anything from it, but here's a link to PayPal to donate to them.
Good. That's a good deal. And to accent what you were saying, Fazio Family Lights said, I had a couple get engaged at their show this year.
Yeah.
See, you guys are creating magic.
Yeah, I had a couple last summer or last New Year's Eve.
Nice.
They called me. The guy called me a couple of days beforehand and said, "Hey, I want you to help me out. I want to propose to my girlfriend in front of your house." So we staged the whole thing. It actually worked out really, really well. And there were people out in front that saw it, and cars started honking and stuff. So it turned out really good.
That's fantastic. Oh, guys, this is wonderful. Okay, we've referenced a few sites. Obviously, you know where to register. We've got that covered under xlights.org. I know you guys wanted us to mention that because that's where you can learn more, download the software, and get ready for this workshop that's going to be happening in just 24 days.
That's right.
Now, we also featured, you wanted to mention about a support group. I know you guys aren't representing a direct company or brand, but you wanted to talk about the xLights support group on Facebook.
Yeah, I guess the best way to kind of talk, to describe what we were talking about is you mentioned xLights was a product, but like we mentioned, it's free. It's not really something you buy.
Sure.
But xLights is more a community.
I
So
love it.
there's a community of developers that develop it, and there's a community of users that interact with it and teach each other. The reason why Pat and I do this, don't make any money off of it, is because we just want to see the community grow. We'd like to hear about what people do with their light shows after they learned how to do it from us. So the link that we gave to Facebook is the official xLights support group. It's sort of the hub of that xLights community.
That's awesome.
And then one of the other things too is, like, if you go to the xlights.org page, you'll see a Zoom room, and that's just a Zoom room that you can go in there any time of the day, 24/7, and somebody's going to be in there. And it's all like staffed by volunteers, people like me, people like Bill, that just kind of maybe hang out for a little while and help answer questions. It gets busier closer to fall and in the winter, but you can go in there now and find people. And even in the US, you go in early morning, you'll find people from Australia in it. So it's a cool room, it's a cool community.
You couldn't be more. I want to stress that. I did not know what that meant a couple weekends ago when I got a chance to be at that mini and learn more about that. And people are really awesome at helping each other. Now, we know that from the Haunter side too, but Christmas folks are just the same. They want to make sure that everybody just helps each other continue to progress their shows and just use xLights in all the amazing ways. And it's just great to see those moderators and those helpers in those Zoom rooms that are volunteering their time to make sure that others have a great experience.
Yeah, it's a great community. I think that's why Pat and I do this.
Love this. Well, we're grateful. I know Jenny posted in the chat. Just want to focus again and say thank you so much for your time and for doing this. Before we go, is there anything else that you guys want to say about anybody that might be on the fence, or before we see them in 24 days?
Do it.
Do it.
Yeah, do it. Like we said, it's free. There's already a ton of good resources online. You're welcome to search through it. One of the reasons that we like doing these classes is because it's gotten to the point where there's so much resources online, you don't know where to go first. So one of the best parts about coming to our class is let us be your captain and take you through that, and you'll be able to leave the class knowing where to go next. Even if you're not sure you want to come to the class yet or not, just check out some of those resources, xlights.org. There's useful links and a whole bunch of videos that you can watch. But I like I said, there's going to be a lot, and that's why this class is amazing, because we'll help you through it.
Well, we are very lucky for your expertise and your time. So thank you so much, and can't wait to see you in Philadelphia very, very soon.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thanks. No, thanks for being here. Guys, this is awesome. Holy cow. Really excited. Always learning, always fun stuff like that. So we're super excited. And Spirit Hollow Haunter, we're glad you're back. Thanks. You picked a great show to come back at. All right. There's a lot more. We still have 2 more guests, so stick around. We have a quick break and a note from our amazing TransWorld Live premiere show sponsor. We love those guys. Thank you so much. And Sean Fenner, there's always more, right? We got to do this. Super excited. We've got a heavy hitter today. We just talked about Hersheypark and the second half of that deadly duo on Friday during East Coast Honors Convention. TransWorld Live, help me in welcoming no stranger to our stage here from Field of Screams. It's Jim Schopf. What's up,
buddy? Glad to be on the show tonight. Looking forward to it.
Oh my gosh. So excited. First, how was last year? How did you, I never got a chance to talk to you, but your people were eating it up. You had this amazing display. The pit was just surrounding and pulsating around you guys. How did it go?
It was a great show. I mean, it really exceeded the expectations of, really, I think everyone, all of my fellow haunters, our actors, our staff. Yeah, we brought in our massive mobile screen machine,
Yeah.
and just kind of took over that area of the pit. Had a great time. We had a makeup demo going on from our amazing effects artists. We were selling some merch out of the back, and just looking forward to doing it all over again. It was a fun time. It's always great to get together with the haunt community and just celebrate. Really, it was great.
It was so awesome. And your cast, your crew, like everybody, they were just in the mix. And it was so awesome to see them just working it up. And boy, are people excited that you are part of the tours for this year. Holy cow.
Yeah, we're excited. We're excited to be on the tour this year. We're really looking forward to it. It's going to be Friday night after Hersheypark, and it's going to be a perfect way to wrap up the Friday evening and get the show kicked off the next day. Really.
Well, let's wet the whistle. Let's tell everybody what you guys are from. Let's start. For those that don't know about Field of Screams, I mean, you guys are a legend. You're on everybody's top 5, 10, whatever lists all over the country. Tell us about Field of Screams, basic level.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, Field of Screams, we began in 1993 as a haunted hayride on our family farm in Mountville, Pennsylvania, which is in Lancaster County, about an hour and a half west of Philadelphia. Since then, 33 years later, we have grown into a massive scream park. We have authentic barns on the property that are, the haunted houses now, the Den of Darkness, which is housed in a barn, authentic barn that's built in the 1800s, and our Frightmare Asylum, another very old barn on the property, multi-level experience, and then our Nocturnal Wasteland, haunted trail. So that rounds out the 4 haunted attractions. But it's Field of Screams is so much more than that. The haunted hayride obviously is our marquee attraction. What kicked it all off in 1993, and that's about a 30-minute ride through massive sets through a cornfield in Lancaster County. But then there's games, there's food, there's 3D mapping shows, axe throwing, an amazing souvenir shop. So when you come to Field of Screams, it's really a nighttime of entertainment. We added a beer garden last year called the Chainsaw Bar. It's a full night of just amazing experiences.
We're beyond excited. Like literally, I'm so glad that you kind of went through it because you do have like 200-year-old barns, this amazing hayride. Like you said, 4 different attractions. And we always talk about that. Haunters don't get a chance to always come out and hang out at your world-class attraction because they're working their own. You guys are going to be opening like it's October itself.
Yeah, we are opening. Now I will say, on a kind of a down note, that the hayride will not be functioning.
Sure.
I don't want anyone to be misled there.
Sure.
There's no cornfield, and we just really can't logistically get the hayride up and running. So
we understand.
The Den of Darkness and the Frightmare Asylum, those 2 haunted houses, are going to be chock full of actors. It's amazing. I'm actually in the Den of Darkness right now in one of our newest rooms. It's the study. Which, if anyone is familiar with the Den of Darkness, last year it was a morgue, and it's completely different. You would not even recognize it at all. It's amazing in here. Our full-time team just did an incredible job. I hadn't been in here for like a week, and I came in today to scout a location to do the show from, and I was like, holy crap, these guys were working their tails off in here. It looks incredible. So as far as the show, East Coast Friday night, the Den, the Asylum actors, you'll be going through there getting scared to death. Nocturnal Wasteland, we're going to do a lights on walkthrough of Nocturnal Wasteland, which is very cool. It's through the woods. There's a huge plane crashed out there. You're elevated at one point above the hayride, going through buses. And then we're gonna dip into the hayride, a few scenes in there, which we can access from Nocturnal Wasteland. So you're gonna get a sneak peek of the hayride and one of the scenes that we are currently renovating right now in a massive way, which we'll see where we're at in a month from now when the show happens. But it'll be further along than it is now. So you get a taste of that, and then you'll get a chance to see our effects building, our costuming and makeup department. So it's really you're not going to want to miss it. It's really an experience that not many get to have.
Yeah.
A very unique experience for those people that own the tour.
Well, I'm glad you said it just like that, because as you guys are renovating and you're giving us a sneak peek of some new stuff, even if they've seen you in their local or they've traveled to you guys in October, this is going to be an updated show. You're going to get a sneak peek at what your October 25 season is going to look like right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we do these off-season events, for St. Patty's Day and halfway to Halloween, and when we do the events, it really is an opportunity, just like East Coast, to see the changes that are completely different from last fall. You get a sneak peek, and the hayride scene especially, no one has seen anything. Like it hasn't been revealed at all. So anyone attending Friday night at East Coast is going to see what no one else has seen yet. So I'm excited about it.
I love this. Okay, so we're getting some comments in the chat. We need your feedback. Apparently, Miss Molly is going to be hanging out. Is that a good thing, or should we all be worried?
Well, probably worried, actually.
I love it. Now, we do have a fair question. Can people take pictures inside the attractions?
We will. The live attractions, we will not.
Okay.
Be wanting pictures with the because the actors will be acting.
Sure.
But Nocturnal Wasteland, the lights on tour, absolutely. The hayride portion, the effects building, anywhere that's not live, more than welcome to take photos.
That's a great answer. Now, our mutual friend Tater, which I'm always nervous asking any question that has come up, but he wants to know, can we make this an extreme night?
For Tater, yes, absolutely. He doesn't even need to request that. He's automatically on the extreme list. He may get abducted. He's going to sign 3 waivers when he comes out. Actually,
3. I love it. There we go, Tater. Love it. Love it. Oh, guys, I'm so jazzed because this is 24 days away. Super excited. We talked about it a little bit before, but there is 2 different ways that you can go. You could drive yourself and enjoy the ride and the freedom, or you can let all of the driving come to us and we'll take you on the bus. We have an entire Friday scheduled for you. We leave the hotels at 1:15. We go to Hersheypark. Then we're going to go to Field of Screams afterwards, and we'll get you back to your bed by midnight. All the details are on the website. But the key parts here is, regardless if you're going to drive, regardless if you're going to go in the bus, if you want to save money, book your tickets by April 10th. That's the only way to take a part of our early bird fees. Guys, this is awesome. For anybody that's never seen Field of Screams, I mean, and there's tons of chats. And if you're watching this and you're seeing those chats, you got to be tantalized. You can't wait to get there. What could you say to make them want to come see your world-class, epic, iconic attraction? Insert adjective here.
Well, Field of Screams, when people come, they really are immersed in a complete haunted atmosphere. And we literally, this has been our full-time jobs for 25 years. And we have a team of over a dozen full-time staff members that are dedicated to Field of Screams year-round. We never stop. We never stop working. We never stop improving. So the attention to detail, like I don't know how much you can see around me in the room, but when you come through this, the study in the den, you'll come through 5 times and you'll think it changed. Like, oh, I didn't see that there last time. And it's like, it's been there the whole time. It's the level of detail and the passion. I mean, just the passion, just from our staff, from our actors, our full-time crew, the level of detail and the commitment we have to scaring people and really just pushing the envelope and trying to do things that are innovative and cool and never done before and just larger than life is what really I think sets Field of Screams apart. And we've been doing this for 33 years. We still have the passion, we still have the drive, and it's what we love to do. It's really what we love to do. My brother and I used to teach school, and now we scare. I say the kids used to scare us, now we scare them. So.
Fun fact, I would love to ask about that. I had a chance to talk to you and Gene at one point. Like, what grade or where did you guys teach before your career in haunting?
So I was a high school math teacher, and he was a high school shop teacher back when it was called Schopf, but industrial technology. So it's kind of the roles that we fell into as we advanced into the business. And I'm more on the marketing, financial side, and he's more on the build side. So it's kind of really a great partnership.
I love it. Well, obviously, you guys have learned a thing or two and changed the industry while doing it. And because you're educators, because you know a thing or two, about doing this for 30 plus years, we're really excited that you're going to take some time and teach a class on Saturday, be part of a class called Hayrides of Horror, the ins and outs of the hayride business. A great title. Of course, yourself, the legendary Randy Bates from Bates Motel, and Patrick Barbary from Legends of the Fog. What can people expect there? I mean, I can't believe it's only an hour. I don't know how you guys are going to do this.
We're gonna cram it in. There's obviously this could be a full day. But you're right. Randy has been doing the hay rides as long as us, and Patrick has been doing it a long time as well. So every one of all three of us very knowledgeable on what it takes to operate a hay ride. So we're just going to hit the highlights on if you're considering operating a hay ride, what you need to consider. Some things that we've learned over the years. We have a lot of combined experience in the hayride industry, and it's a lot to learn. Hay rides are challenging. They're very rewarding for customers. I mean, customers love a hayride, but they're probably, I would consider them the hardest type of haunt to do. And then there's a lot of safety concerns too. I mean, it's there's a lot to consider when doing a hayride. So we're going to teach everything that we've learned over the years, all the tricks and secrets and insider knowledge in that course, as much as we can cram in an hour's time.
I love that. I think all of the challenges that every haunt or any business has indoors, let alone taking those all outdoors, making them safe, and trying to run electricity throughout your entire 30-minute ride is a challenge alone, rather than making sure the tractor's working and making sure people show up and safety and the million other concerns that you guys are going to cover.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Guys, all right, well, even better, we talked about it right at the beginning of the interview. You guys are going to be right in the middle of the pit, booth 728. What are you guys looking forward to? The cast and crew ready to mix it up in the Olympics again?
Yeah, we're going to be terrorizing down there. So, I just call everyone out. Just be ready to bring your A game, because Field of Screams will be on point once again in the pits.
Yes.
We will have our mobile stream machine down there again.
Yes.
And we'll be selling the merch, and we'll be doing some makeup demos, and really looking forward to kicking some butt. If Tater's still listening, we'll challenge him to a tug of war contest. One-on-one, him and Gene, I think, is what's going to happen.
Love it. I think he was talking about challenging some people to some slap fights. I don't know. Things can happen.
So that sounds good.
Things can happen. It's the pit. Anything can happen.
That's right.
But guys, this is your exclusive opportunity. We talked about Hershey. You're going to get a chance to see that in a different way than anybody's ever gotten a chance to see that, thanks to TransWorld and East Coast Hunters Convention. But now you're going to be able to see Field of Screams outside of their season and be able to hang out with a whole bunch of people, get exclusive access, be able to ask the masters questions, and have an awesome time doing it. Well, Jim, this is awesome. Fieldofscreams.com. Start checking it out, getting ready to buy your ticket before April 10th. Anything left before we part ways just for tonight?
Two things. Another event that's going to happen on East Coast tour on Friday night. We will have I know you mentioned it earlier, we'll have our beer garden open.
Yes.
So that the beer will be flowing, as well as some bonfire pits. that you'll be able to enjoy. And then, for anyone that's not able to make it or want to experience Field of Screams a second time, the following weekend, we are open on May 3rd for our halfway to Halloween event, and we're mixing it up this year. We're combining it with a music fest. So we are going to have 5 bands starting from 1:30 on, and they're gonna play till 10 o'clock. The haunts will be open at night, so it's going to be a whole day, cheap ticket, $35, all in, 5 bands. All the haunts open at night. It's going to be a great time, and our headliner band. Actually, we met on the way to TransWorld this year. We stopped at Nashville.
Okay.
And we were in Nashville, and we were at a bar there. I forget which one. I think it was the Bon Jovi bar. And this band that was playing, they were incredible. We're like, these dudes are amazing. So we just said, hey, you guys want to come play at Field of Screams? They're like, what's Field of Screams? And we're like, told them about it. They looked it up. They're like, hell yeah, we want to come out there. So they're coming out. They're coming out
Yes!
May 3rd, the Future Legends. So we're looking forward to it. So check out Field of Screams on May 3rd as well.
Oh, Jim, this is awesome. Thank you so much. We can't wait to see you literally in 24 days. And of course, all weekend at East Coast Haunters Convention. Thank you. Thank you to your crew. Thanks to your brother. Thanks, everybody.
You bet. Thanks for having us on. We're looking forward to it, and see everybody at East Coast, baby.
Can't wait. Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh. Sean, I'm gonna echo the words again, but wait, there's more. Guys, we love that you've been hanging out with us tonight. We're not done yet. We might even have some surprises for you, so stick with us because we're really excited. We've been trying to get him on the show for the last couple of weeks, and super excited it worked out for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen of TransWorld Live, help me in welcoming the general manager of Little Spider Creations, Tony Brawner. What's up, buddy?
We're going East Coast. Oh, it's TransWorld Live, ready for East Coast. That's
heck yes. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. We are super excited for East Coast. We have so many things in store, Chris. I mean, a lot of things in store.
Dude, you're a haunt lover. Obviously, all of this stuff. Does it just get your blood going? Like, can we just start tomorrow? Like, let's do East Coast tomorrow.
Exactly. I mean, as you can see, the background that's inside of me, or inside me, that I've got behind me, I am so excited. That's really what it is. Excitement that's inside of me. Let's just tear it down. Let's just bring it, and let's come on, Chris. You and I can do this.
I'm on my way. Let's go. Oh my gosh, dude. It's so excited, and it's such a pleasure to talk to you or anybody from Little Spiders. You guys have this amazing energy. And for those that, I mean, everybody knows. I'm not even going to set it up this way because it's silly to do that. Like, everybody knows the first thing they see when they enter that TransWorld floor is whatever beautiful thing that you've put together for that year. Talk about how cool that is. Is there pressure on you guys? Like, when you go to the drawing board, do you say, no, we got to move it up. We got to keep it going. That
is the challenge. And that's the thing is, as our team here at Little Spider Creations, and see, here's the thing. Anybody that knows us, anybody that knows me, my father comes in with ideas. And the problem is that these ideas are here. And here is where we are. We're trying to meet him somewhere in the middle. But his ideas are just grand. They're always just above and beyond. So he comes and he says, let's make a white marble slab with stairs and werewolves, and let's do this just extravagant thing. And we go, yes. So, I mean, as my father, Mark Brawner, he's been doing this since '91, and every single time he just wants to step it up. And that's where I come in now. That's where I've been kind of stepping it up in my own way too, which, Chris, now I guess I can say this, we are officially moving into, I'm not just going to be the general manager anymore. I'm actually going to be the owner of Little Spider Creations here very soon.
Breaking news! Real! Congratulations!
Thank you. It's been a long time in the works, but I'm ready for it. And you know what, Chris? TransWorld is the reason why I finally said, you know what? It's time to do this. It's time to do this. I've been just surrounded by such amazing people, and my team here at Little Spider Creations I made a post. I said something that I said, I've got an army that's coming with me. And it's not just these little armies that you can kind of see behind me. I've got an army of talent that's also coming with us when it comes to East Coast and TransWorld in the future. So it's very cool.
Oh my God. Well, congratulations. I know Jen and Rich are watching. I know they're congratulations. Well deserved. Uh, Obviously, this is a silly question, and I gotta say it just in case there's one person, the chat is blowing up. They love you, LSC all day, LSC, for that one person, and we want to love on them too. Tell us everything that Little Spider Creations does.
So Little Spider Creations, since the very beginning, and actually I have my father's first catalog.
Oh my
And
gosh.
this is a reason why East Coast is going to be so special to us. So right here, if anybody knows my father, 1993 catalog, his very first thing was literally he was making $8 latex masks, Chris. $8. People said, how are you making $8 latex masks? And he goes, because I can and because I need to put my name out there. So, I mean, just a little bit here and there. So what started off as latex masks then grew into props. And I know that Jordan Brawner, my younger brother, he was on and he kind of explained a little bit, but more of it, it's just been, my father has so much passion. And Field of Screams, I believe, said this, and even the lighting company. I think they said exactly what it is that the Halloween industry and the people that we have in this industry are passionate. They are passionate. That's the thing here at Little Spider Creations is that we want to surround ourselves with passionate people, people that will do this, want to do this for the rest of their lives, people that want to continue to. And so when my father started off doing this, that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to break in. He wanted to just keep growing. And things led from latex masks to props. So, you know, we were doing corpses. And then now I came into the picture along with my older brother and then myself and my younger brother, and we were all pouring and pulling latex molds. So from a young age, we were getting in there and we're pulling those molds and we're getting the little pumpkins and everything and we're trimming them up and we're painting them. And we just kept growing from there. And then in 2004 is when a customer came and they said, we want a 16-foot dragon. And we said, okay, that's a lot of clay and that's a lot of molds. And there's no way we're going to be able to accomplish that. So what did my dad do? He goes and he gets a giant block of styrofoam and he starts sculpting it with a chainsaw and a grinder. Yep, that's it. That's all he does. He goes, what, you can't see the dragon that's sitting behind me? And we said, yeah, we'll just sit on the sideline and you do it, Dad. So then from there through, and we said, you know what, maybe there is something. So that's when we started getting into more of the theming. And then we started getting into the theme parks. And then we started getting into full-blown haunted house builds. I mean, we own a haunted house ourselves in Brighton, Colorado for 10 years called Spring Park. And a lot of people have come to know that, and I miss it. Yes, I miss it every single day. That's all I want to do is just scare. But yeah, it just kind of grew from Chris. And you know what? TransWorld really